Hello everyone, welcome to the Bison Coaches Corner. I'm Jeremy Jorgensen, joined by head women's basketball coach Carolyn DeHoff. And Carolyn, you just wrapped up one of the tougher trips in the Summit League on the women's side. IPFW and IUPUI, both very solid teams this year. There's some bus time involved in there. This is a tough road trip. You dropped both games, but give us a synopsis of the whole weekend.
Well, kind of a tale of a few halves. Came out just on fire against IUPUI, shot it extremely well. Took the lead for most of the game until about the 6-minute mark or so. Their defensive intensity turned up. We panicked a little bit, turned it over, didn't recover quite well as well in the second half. And then against IPFW, it was just a grind-out game with both teams. A team where they score on average 71 to 75 points, and we held them to 57. Couldn't make shots, we couldn't make shots, and it kind of came down to whoever was going to kind of get 3 or 4 shots in a row was going to take it, and that's certainly what happened. The last 3 minutes, we gave up 3 threes, and they took the run.
Now, IPFW, if you happen to meet them in Sioux Falls, this has been a matchup that's been beneficial to you. You almost beat them here, probably should have beat them in Fargo, obviously, and then really took them to the wire at Fort Wayne. So this is a positive matchup for you.
It really is. Again, we match well with them, and there's a lot to be said, for that. And so we'll just see. There's a lot of basketball left, but not. And I don't know really how to describe that other than I can't believe that we're 5 games left in our season here before the tournament, and things are starting to shake out a little bit, and these 2 games this weekend at home are going to be extremely important for us.
Now, IUPUI, that's just a grinder game. They got lots of athletes. Scoring comes from everywhere. They don't really have a go-to scorer, but they are just really fantastic. They did beat South Dakota State, didn't they?
They did. Goss had a great weekend. Not surprised. Right now I think she's contending for Player of the Year right now in the league. Had 20 against us and had 24 plus against South Dakota State. So it had to have been a great game. Not surprised by the result. Certainly just the way that IUPUI has been playing, and certainly again at home, made a difference for them.
Now, Brooke Lamar has been a great player for you this year. She transferred from Southern Illinois, had to sit out last year, and she's a really good guard, can shoot it, really controls the floor from the point guard position. Let's meet Brooke Lamar in this week's feature story.
12. Here goes Brooke for the lead.
She might wear number 4 on her back, but Brooke Lamar is number 1 in the stat book for the NDSU women's basketball team.
We don't go deep into the shot clock very often, which is fun for our fans, fun for our team. We've enjoyed that, and so really our tempo offensively has gotten faster because of Brooke.
Lamar leads the Bison in scoring, averaging 16 points per game in her first year for the green and gold.
Those spin moves that she does, each time it just completely impresses me, and it's just I always just sit back and I'm like, wow, that was a big play. Good job, girl.
Lamar, a junior from Canyon Country, California, spent her first 2 years playing at Southern Illinois before transferring to NDSU. Due to NCAA transfer rules, Lamar had to sit out last season, a move that she feels actually helped her.
It kind of helped me in a way because I got to I got to get used to Coach DeHoff's coaching style and what she wants, and it really helped.
And now that she's back in the hardwood, she's making the most of it.
There goes Lamar, rises, shoots, and touches.
Reporting for Bison Coaches Corner, I'm Morgan Lubin.
Coach, sometimes when a player transfers from another school, has to sit out a year, they don't handle that well. Did Brooke handle that year off well? She mentioned it a little bit there that it helped her.
Well, I think so. Certainly from an academic standpoint, to stay on track, and then, to understand that not only could she not play, she couldn't travel at all. Even, going to, a bus trip away, she couldn't get on the bus and travel.
Right.
She had to provide her own transportation, stay in her own place to do that. And so, that takes quite a commitment. Certainly some understanding, but you don't just get it, and you don't understand that. So she spent a number of hours in the gym, and I guess that's what you do to fill that time.
How important is the point guard position?
Well, it's a quarterback. It's a setter. It's everything. It's the extension of the head coach on the floor. And so, the ball. She touches the ball every possession. And if not, it's maybe 5 possessions out of a 75 possession game. Give or take that she's not touching the basketball. So, she's extremely important. Has been, and we certainly have benefited from her joining our program.
Talk about this week now. Western Illinois and Omaha. Talk about those 2 matchups.
Well, Western right now is 4-4 in the league, a game behind IPFW. Just came off of a win against Nebraska Omaha. Certainly, it was a dogfight at their place. A lot of back and forth play. Ashley Luke's a very talented post player in the league. Averages close to a double-double. So we're certainly going to have all eyes on her. But there are a great supporting cast around her. Really run a spread offense, defend very well, and then there's Nebraska Omaha. That we didn't shoot it at all down their place, and you give them credit for the defense that they have. And so a little bit obviously contrasting styles defensively, what they do. Athletically, they certainly have some players. They're young, but they're playing well. So it's going to be a very big weekend, and certainly hope our fans get out, because it's also the last 2 games that they're going to see our team in the Bison Sports Arena, and certainly Mickey and Catavia, their last 2 games as seniors for our program.
Well, talk about Omaha too. I'm sure the players are very motivated to play them because they have a bad taste in their mouth from that game. That's Omaha's only win in the conference, I believe. So this is a big matchup.
It is, and one game at a time. And we talk about the importance of what game is important on that given time. And right now, obviously Western on Thursday, and our focus will turn to Nebraska on Friday. But kind of like with IPFW, you go in with a little chip on your shoulder. You got to do that with every game right now. And I kind of listened to the Wichita State head coach talk a little bit about playing angry. How do you play angry, in the right way? And a lot of that is about 50-50 balls. And Amanda Hyde said this, the player from IPFW, that teams know each other so well in this league, coaches do.
True.
And so it's really going to come down to those 50-50 balls, that relentless pursuit of the basketball. Can you get a charge? Can you create some big momentum plays for you? And that's what it's going to come down against this weekend with both teams. And so let's strap it on and see what we can do.
Well, good luck to you, Coach. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Jeremy.
All right, Western Illinois on Thursday at the BSA, then Omaha on Saturday. 7:40 The Fan with Jack Michaels and myself on the call for radio action. We'll recap both those games, have highlights for you next week here on the Coach's Corner. Have a great week, everyone.